What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is erinbies. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by the reps. Guys, I am not going to lie to you. I am fighting for my life over here today. Little life update. I have started a new phase of my workout program. In case you guys were wondering, my energy level probably in the next few weeks is going to be a little bit low because I could barely get through my workout this morning. So shout out to my trainer, Susan. I appreciate you so much. Anyways, if you notice that my energy is a little low today, that's why. However, I must ask you a question. Have you had some coffee today? All right, let's get into today's video. But first, if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media handles. And today we have an Optavia recruiting video. Why Optivia? Why now? And I'm really excited to react to this. Shout out to the individuals that sent this to me. I appreciate you guys so much. I have not watched this, and so I will be blind reacting to it, which I know you guys love. So let's get this thing going.
Good morning, boot campers. I am excited to hop in for this morning and just to chat for a couple minutes with those of you. If anyone's on live, hop on.
You sound real excited. You sound about as excited as I am right now, and I'm really tired.
Would love to chat with you. My name is Becca Tinter, and I've been coaching for 7 years. So I just have to say, when I look back, I started coaching in March of 2011. And what's pretty exciting about that is I'm getting ready to celebrate my 7th anniversary. So back in January of 2011, I was one of those people that waited until the holidays was over to get started on the Nursing Moms Plan.
I'm sorry, what? The fact that this company has a Nursing Moms Plan is disgusting. Also, it's been alleged to me that sales are down. I mean, actually not even alleged. If you have not seen the Yahoo article, I'll post it in the video description so that you guys can check out the information. It's fascinating too, because the president of the company is blaming it on the distributors' lack of productivity, coaching productivity. I don't even know how I kind of want to word that, which I find interesting because you're the president. If the company's not doing well, whose fault is that? The president. Yikes.
And I actually did plan because I was interested in coaching. So I was like, let me see how this whole thing works. Never done any, good morning, Lisa. Never done any weight loss program before. I didn't want to coach a diet. So when Tia brought the Habits of Health and showed that to me, I really felt like that was a good reason to give this a shot. Thought the whole thing was odd. I just had never done anything like this before, but I was so
It is odd, and in my opinion, it's predatory. What this company, Optivia, does, in my opinion, is hurts people's relationship with food. I think that it has the potential, I'm not stating this as fact, again, it's just my opinion, but I also think that it creates disordered eating and has the potential to create eating disorders in individuals that follow the plan. I also find it fascinating how publicly they will say things like, oh no, the goal is to only be on the 5-in-1 or in fat burning mode. I think that's what they refer to the 5-in-1 as for 12 weeks. But then you see people cycling through it. You see people yo-yoing, and it's extremely dangerous. And eating 800 to 1,000 calories a day for a long period of time is not healthy. That's very dangerous unless you are being monitored by medical professionals. None of these people that are coaches, in my opinion, are medical professionals. It's the same thing that we see in different MLMs. People are not qualified to give the advice that they are. And that's why I say all the time, work with a personal trainer, work with somebody that is a registered dietitian that can help you. You're probably going to spend less money. Actually, you are going to spend less money. And the really cool part is you're going to learn how to better your relationship with food and how that food impacts your body in the gym. And if you need a trainer, I might know somebody.
Interested in what coaching looked like, that I was willing to take a chance on program. And obviously it's turned out extremely well at this point. So why sponsoring right now? Because you guys know that as we've entered the first quarter and we go towards the second quarter, people are desperately ready for health. They're really ready for health all year long, but they have these seasons when they put their mind in a better position to be prepared. And I know that.
Okay, so what you're saying here, Becca, is you're wanting people to capitalize on the pressure that society puts on individuals to look a certain way in bathing suits. I don't know what time frame this was done. I don't know if this is an older video. I'm not really sure. There are time periods that we will see certain things amplified. So at the beginning of the year, we'll see stuff like New Year, New You. By the way, you don't need to be a new you. You're amazing as you are today, right now. You'll see things like get summer ready, get bikini ready, and everybody, you put a bikini on and it's bikini ready. You know what I'm saying? So you'll see these different campaigns throughout the year. You'll see, especially from this company, you'll see them start talking about New Year's resolutions and getting in fat burn. We saw Gina talk about it on one of her videos that I reacted to. And she was talking about get into it now, so that you have results to show to people come January, you're not behind, that kind of thing. And it's predatory. It's predatory. You, in my opinion, this company, that statement that she just made is preying on people's pain points. And that's manipulation, and it's really gross.
Now is that time. And the reason that the sweet spot of coaching happens around February, March, April, May, and on and on and on, and where we really fill the funnel this time of year is because people have tried something else. They've decided they were ready at the beginning of the year. Many have tried something else. The ones who have.
Are they? If they're having such great success, why are sales down, Becca? Why is the company hurting, in my opinion, the way that it appears to be?
Come along and done our program are having incredible success. So they have friends and family that want help who've tried other things. And so now.
Also, am I pausing this a lot? Yeah. I think it's really strange how they talk about people wanting health. That's what they call the results from being on Optavia. They call it health. They call ultra health, which is basically allegedly being at like 19% body fat. 19% body fat is not healthy for everybody.
Is the time for them to be reaching out and assisting other people. And Dr. A talked about this a couple weeks ago, but there are seasons where you fill the bathtub with water because obviously out of the drain, some of it comes slowly. So as we fill our funnels, as we write names on our map and start to work through them, we have to replenish the.
Becca, you are talking about people. They are not water to fill up a bathtub. They are not numbers to fill up a funnel. You were talking about people. Ew.
Supply. And that happens during this season. It happens during the season when people are thinking about health, they're conscientious of health, they're desperate for health, and now is the time. So I wanted to just remind you of why we're doing this boot camp right now. Well, because it's the time to bring people into our community. I would love to be the one to help hundreds and hundreds of clients in a month, but we don't have the capacity, and we don't.
Oh my God. That is straight out of Gina Eccles, by the way. Shout out to Gina. What's up, Gina? Hope you're watching this. That is straight out of Gina's playbook where she says, I don't have time to coach this person. So why don't you do it?
Ew. Huh. I don't have the time, and neither do any of you. So we have to find partners who will go out and do the same thing. And the beautiful thing about our model is people can come in and just help some friends and family, or people can come in and grow an organization of coaches that will have a massive impact. I asked our organization maybe just yesterday or the day before, tell me one thing about coaching that has been a blessing for you. One. I know they had to really fight hard not to tell me more than one, but they told me one. Here's just a couple things. Watching folks rediscover themselves, getting to see people believe in themselves.
Notice none of that had anything to do with money. And that they might take that and be like, oh, that's a great thing. Well, no, because you're pitching this as a way for people to make money off of their friends and family. But then the number one thing that people love, according to her, about this is basically the community, but it's transactional based. You step away and these people are no longer your friends. I can tell you countless stories from people that have reached out to me and shared their stories about Optavia. And if you feel comfortable and you'd like to share it in the comments, feel free to share that. These are transactional based relationships. They're not really your friends. They're friends as long as you're making them money. It's really sad. Also, the amount of people in multi-level marketing that use community as a way to draw people into this, I think is disgusting, because you can find community in so many different places that don't require you to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars in garbage food, in my opinion. And also the pressure to, sign up other coaches and to recruit people. And no, you can find community everywhere, literally everywhere. There's a community here. There's many of you that just watch my videos and never comment. You guys are part of the community. There are many people that love to comment, and I love commenting back. It doesn't cost you anything. You're a part of the community. Then there's other people that want to contribute, and that's okay. Shout out to members. Shout out to people that leave, super chats or super things and those types of things. I appreciate it. But the majority of the community here is based off of just being here, watching, commenting. And I love that. I think that that's awesome. So please don't fall for stuff like this where, they're talking about the community and how great it is. You're going to get love bombed when you join. They're going to post about you. They're going to shout you out in the groups. Welcome. By the way, one of their groups that I'm in, they don't know that I'm in, so good luck finding that out, is a recruiting group, and all they do is show paychecks. So if you guys want to see some of that, I'll take some screenshots. You just let me know. But it's nothing but paychecks. And then the income disclosure is like small. And they're like, just because, I'm making this doesn't mean that, you will. Yeah, we know. Most people won't, per the income disclosure statement.
Financial and time freedom for moms and dads with a purpose-driven life, creating a legacy. The community, the learning, the growth, and the awesome people we get to work with. Being able to encourage people to press on.
Your job is not to encourage people to press on. Your job is to sell a product, an overpriced, dangerous product, in my opinion, and to pressure them when their friends start asking because of a drastic weight loss, because of a drastic decrease in calories. You pressure them to become coaches and try to tell them that you don't have the time to coach their friends and family. So they should. You get paid to sell a product and you get paid to recruit. That's why you're a 1099 contracted employee. It drives me nuts when they say, oh, I get paid, to scroll on social media. I get paid to build community. I get paid, to encourage people. I'm a hope dealer. Stop it. You are not. You're a glorified salesperson, and you like to spin it like you're an entrepreneur. You're not.
How cool is that, to say our job is to encourage people to press on and then seeing them surprise themselves with success? The amazing personal and professional development you gain through the trainings and support from our support team.
Isn't that amazing? No, it's not amazing, because when people attend training, classes, meetings, those types of things in a traditional job, they get paid for their time. I put a post up today, and it was a little video. I don't know if you guys saw it on Instagram, but I put up a post and it said something about, like, imagine defending your job, your traditional job, whether you work remote, you go into the office, whatever your job is. Imagine if you attended a training and the training was how to deal with haters and naysayers. Can you even imagine? No, because that would never happen. Because most people in a traditional job, they go to their job, whether they like it or not. They go to their job, they clock in, they do their work, and they come home. And when they're not at work, they actually have time freedom. Whereas in an MLM, you're working 24/7. So it's interesting hearing her read these comments, because these people don't have time freedom. They're working all the time. They're on Zooms, they're on boot camps, they're on, all of this stuff. And most of them are not making any money. We've talked about the Optavia income disclosure statement. Most of the people are not making any money.
And most of the trainings are free, right? They cost you time. That's it. Isn't that amazing? Helping people regain the lives they thought were gone forever, or maybe even never had, through obtaining health and the domino effect of freedom it causes in every area of life. I mean, we had at least 40 comments, and I know they're still growing, so I could read on and on and on, but I just wanted to read a couple of those to inspire you. So often I think we have the perspective that sponsoring is about us.
Exactly. The only way for you to make substantial income in an MLM is to recruit. And when you're recruiting people, you're recruiting your competition. By the way, you want to know how to spot you want to know how to spot somebody in Optivia on Facebook, because MLMers like to stay on Facebook typically. They're on Instagram, they're on TikTok, they're doing lives, that kind of stuff, but Facebook is like their place, in my opinion. So you can spot an Optivia distributor by, one, in their bio, it'll say something like they're a health coach, right? Then if you look at their overall page and what they're posting, they'll post like a motivational quote. Then they'll post something like, these are my friend Mandy's results. And they'll have the before and after picture and they'll tell the story. And then they'll have like something about their lifestyle, like they'll have pictures of their kids. Or my favorite is when they post these recipes. They'll post a recipe and it's like the same kind of format, and you'll see very little interaction. It's very interesting. So if you come across that, you know what it is. Health coach, motivational quote, before and after picture, recipe, family pictures, kids, them, something, something along those lines. It's very predictable. And maybe they'll flip that and say, oh, that's a good thing that she knows that. No, it's just us identifying what you're doing.
True. That will create time freedom for you. But who is it really for? I mean, when I read these comments of these coaches, and the coaches in our organization came in because Tia offered it to me and I said yes, and many, 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 many other people said yes along the way. So this stack of comments that I printed off to just look over and review this morning was all because I said yes to coaching, because Tia said yes to coaching, and somebody else said yes to coaching, and it's all part of that.
You know what I want to know? Because I'm pretty sure that this is an older video. I remember being told that this is an older video now that I'm into this. And I want to know how many people from that stack of comments are still in Optavia as coaches, because I bet there's a large turnover. I bet there's not a lot of people from those comments that are still in it, unless they are people that heavily recruit and now have giant teams because of it. Wouldn't you guys love to know that?
Ripple effect that we create. So nowhere in there is any self-service for the person that offered the coaching. The beautiful, beautiful gift of this is that someone is benefiting and being blessed because they got a chance to reach out and help others. And now there's so many other people having the same effect, right? I mean, it gives me goosebumps and I get so excited. So I wanted to just do a quick touch base. I know Jen jumped on yesterday and gave some awesome ideas for finishing the month. But we are literally on the last week of February. So you remember, February is shorter. There's literally only 4 weeks. So you have to really buckle your seatbelts right now and decide, what are you going to do with the last 7 days? I know that's exactly where Jen was coming from yesterday. But buckle your seatbelts and make a decision about how you're going to handle the next 7 days. If you do it really well, not only will you have an outstanding February, but March and April and May and on and on and on. Your bathtub's going to be so full of water. Your funnel's going to be so full of people getting healthy.
This is such weird language. Your bathtub will be full. Your funnel will be full of people. Ew. That's all I've got. Ew. Becca, ew.
That momentum will not stop throughout the rest of the year, which is such a beautiful, beautiful thing, because then it becomes less about numbers. And even though we still track our business and we work intentionally, it becomes so much more about just the lives that are changing, the fun you're having, no desperate scraping by. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So looking at your map, are you 3/4 of the way through what you set your goals for February? Because if you're not, you're going to have to move your action forward quite a bit this week. And if it was up to me, I would say do it. Why not? It's such an important time. So if you haven't offered as many times as you said you wanted to potential coaches, time to make those phone calls. Put those blocks in your calendar, get on the phone, and don't be afraid of what you're offering. Because if you could literally show this to someone, reveal to them the blessings of coaching, they would say yes in a heartbeat.
Oh my God. You know what else you should offer to them, Becca? The income disclosure statement. I'm going to use the 2022 numbers. I think it's the most recent. And according to this, 22.42% of the company, and this is in the US, all independent Optavia coaches, earned nothing. But I bet they were buying that garbage food, in my opinion. I bet they were buying the fuelings. I bet they were spending all that money, which means they were losing money because the income disclosure statements are before any expenses, right? Then you have, and they have this kind of arranged like Modair. So they have like income ranges. So now we have 1 penny to $100, 7.92%. So we're at roughly, we'll say 30%. Only made at the most a penny to $100 for the year. For the year. For the year. Then you have 10.92% that earned $100 and 1 penny to $250 for the year. I know. Shocking, isn't it? We see these kinds of numbers no matter what the company is. As long as they have an income disclosure statement, they can pad them or try to pad them however they want by saying, well, they only are considered an active distributor if they're earning commission or something along those lines. Some of these companies do that. It's just a way for them to negate anybody not making money. And it still doesn't look good in their favor. It still looks really bad. So anyways, the next level here is $250 and 1 penny to $500, 10.58% of the company. And when you go to the very top rank of the company, I'm not going to go through all the levels, although I have provided this in the video source or under sources in the video description if you would like to check it out. 200,000 and 1 penny plus is only 0.23% of the company. It's a very small percentage of the company. So when you look at these income disclosure statements, when you look at what they're saying, and you think about some of the comments that she was reading off, none of it had anything to do with money. Everything had to do with the community. And it's because if they really led with the amount of money that the majority of the people in the company are making, they wouldn't really be having a conversation. So they have to lead with community, It's interesting.
But they're going to have to come at their own pace. So don't be attached to the outcome. Just make the offer over and over. If you're someone here who has a funnel that's not very full yet, so you actually want to focus on bringing some new clients in, you might say something to people like, hey, I've got space for 5 more clients this month, and I would love to help anybody else who's ready to get healthy, and I want to fill you in. So let me know if you'd like.
You've got space for 5 more people. 2010 called and they want their strategy back, Becca. That's embarrassing. Oh my God. You mean to tell me if a 6th person came along and said, Becca, I'm ready, you wouldn't sign them because you only have space for 5? Becca, stop it. That's so ridiculous.
But it's time to start looking at those names and picking out lots and lots of people to talk to coaching and talk to them about coaching. For me, it's been really fun because I've been so much less picky to be able to say to people, you know what, this could be really beneficial for you.
I feel like she almost said to talk them into coaching. Did you guys hear that too? Which tracks. That absolutely tracks.
And I think it's going to be fun. There's a lot of accountability, and I can see you really enjoying this. Are you open to looking at it a little bit more? I don't know if it'll be a fit for you, but I can see the potential, and I really see the value in your life of becoming a coach and having that.
So instead of being picky, you just ask everybody. That also tracks.
The community and the parts of that can benefit your family. So I'm so confident in what I have now that there's no more like, gosh, I don't know, would you like to think about coaching with me? No, it's not about coaching with me. It's about coaching. It's about what coaching brings. Yes, you'll be in our organization. Yes, we'll be blessed to mentor you, but that's not an up-down relationship. It's a side-by-side partnership that we're creating for someone, and the excitement that comes from that. Following up with potential coaches who have said, yeah, I kind of want to get started, or maybe they even bought a coach kit and they haven't done their health assessments yet. Gina taught a couple days ago, really reaching back in and saying, hey, what's going on?
Also, these people are not qualified to do any health assessments. In my opinion, that's something that you should be doing with a registered dietitian and or a certified personal trainer. And of course, if you're going to your doctor, your medical team, your whoever you see for medical. You know what I'm saying? Like, these MLM coaches are not qualified in most cases to be doing these health assessments.
Are you ready to get started? Do we have some people that we can chat with? Who's on your heart? You told me some people at the beginning. Wait a minute. I hope you didn't have anybody buy a coach kit who didn't tell you that they had somebody on their heart. Ding, ding, ding. That's one of those reminders for all of us. We don't offer for someone to get a coach kit until they have some people on their heart that they want to help. Because owning a coach kit doesn't make someone a coach. I know I'm not the first person to say that. They have to have those people on their heart. So making sure during your Coach Explorer that people are making a list of the people they would like to help.
You sure about that? Only, I feel like she's not really saying what she wants to say. I think somebody that owns a coaching kit, according to her, and is actively trying to get customers on the trainings, trying to recruit coaches, I think that those are the people that she's really wanting to, like, talk about, but isn't really saying it. I know I'm wording that kind of weird, but it's like, just say what you want to say, Becca. Just because somebody gets a coaching kit doesn't mean that they're worth a darn, because you're not making any money off of them. So when you are saying that Gina has taught people to say, hey, what's going on, when you've probably brought these people in for the community, that's saying they're not working. They're not making you enough money. That's really slimy.
And you're helping them if they can't come up with a few, and you're painting the picture of what it would be like to help them. And then as they're setting up some of those first health assessments, great. Before we hop on the phone, make sure you order your coach kit, and then we'll go ahead and do those health assessments together. So just working so diligently to make sure that people don't buy coaching kits without health assessments in the works. Being prepared, being set up, the names there for the people they want to help, because that helps a coach get in momentum so much faster. So really making sure you're going back, reaching out, helping any coaches in your organization who've come in this month, because there's a lot, get to senior coach. We have 7 days left. If they do enough health assessments, especially with the right people, and they don't overshare before they get on the phone, they can absolutely reach senior coach before the month is over. And if they're already there or close to there, why stop at senior coach? You can create growth to manager this month. You can help some of your managers become associate directors. And if there's coaches sitting at associate director, there's no reason they can't finish at executive director or higher. The other couple things you might do working with your coaches or working to bring in clients is obviously offering a referral thank you credit. Most of us do $25.
I'm going to pause this because I just have one question for Becca, who I know will probably watch this. Hi, Becca. Tell your husband I said hello as well. I think his name's Kevin. Is his name Kevin? Pretty sure. Anyways, how's momentum now? How's that working out for y'all? Because I'm hearing not so good. So, yikes.
It's really reasonable, but it's nice. Maybe it's the time of the month where you say, gosh, I'm going to increase it to $40 for the last couple of days of this month, because it's the month of love and I love helping clients. So I would love to, thank you for trusting me enough to refer your family and friends. So I would love to give you a $40 scholarship or a well-being credit that you can utilize.
I'm sorry. A $40 scholarship. That's just money that they put in the back office or whatever. That comes out of that distributor's pocket. So here you have somebody that's brand new, because she was talking about this person not having a funnel that's really filled with people. And so she's trying to get people to come out of pocket even more to entice people to join the program. Oh my God, that is embarrassing.
Maybe you do a 25-25, 25 for the person that referred and 25 for the person who's getting started. Again, frame it somehow so that it's really about them, not about us, but it's an easy.
It's not about that distributor, is it? It's really about you and what you make, Becca. Because if they're working, you profit. That's how that works. By the way, Optavia absolutely is a multi-level marketing company. I know they like to argue it, but it's true. It's a multi-level marketing company.
And simple investment into someone's health to help them say yes sooner than later. Sometimes we offer small scholarships, but again, small.
You're baiting them. That's what you're doing. You're bribing them to become a customer. If the product were that solid, you wouldn't have to do that. You wouldn't have to do any of that. If the product were as good as they say that it is, one, it wouldn't be a multi-level marketing company. And two, it would be endorsed by the entire medical community, and it's not. So, yikes.
Because that person needs to have investment. Scholarship, not discount, because we do not control the prices of things and we never ever want to. I personally will only offer small scholarships on private messages and individual conversations. I don't like to throw it out there publicly. I don't think there's anything specifically wrong with it. So if you did or you do that, no worries. But what I don't like to posture is that people are going to see scholarships at the end of every month. And so if they just keep waiting and looking for it, they'll find one. I want to make sure I'm individualizing it to someone who's on my heart and mind, who maybe has a financial need and is very close to a yes, and saying to them, I would love to invest in you. We keep a small scholarship fund. I would love for you to be the person to be able to receive that. I can put that on your account after we do our health assessment if this is the right fit for you. So I just want you to know that I would love for you to be able to use this.
And the reason that she hides that in private messages is so that people don't go, like they'll work with one coach and then end up signing up with another. That's the only reason she does that, is to hide it. And it probably does happen every month. And I'd venture to say that it's probably happening a whole lot right now, considering they are desperate, in my opinion, because it's been alleged to me that the president is getting after these distributors because, you know, productivity is down. Revenue, it sounds like, is down. The Yahoo article is listed in the video description as well. You can read all about it.
But I also want to make sure you know that I can offer it to others. So if it's not right for you right now, no problem, but I would love it for it to be you. So do you see how personal and individualized that is for someone? It's not a blanket statement put out there like, hey, come on, come all, I've got free food to give away and free scholarships. It's not that you can't gather more people potentially, but you want to make sure you're individualizing it and you're making sure you don't shoot yourself in the foot for future months when someone's going, well, last month at the end of the month, she offered a scholarship, so I'm just going to wait around and see what happens. But being intentional with someone who really needs what you have and investing in them, knowing that I can't tell you the number of, we specifically lean into pastors and teachers for scholarships because I know where their income's at, I know where their heart's at.
Becca, leave teachers alone. They already do incredibly magical things with children. Leave them alone.
And I invested in a specific teacher last year who was really special to us, helped her with the first maybe 1 or 2 months, small scholarship. She paid for the rest of her program. And what's beautiful is she never had trouble finding the finances after that. And now she's a coach, reaching out and helping other people have the same freedom. And she knows the value. So the cost is not an issue for her because I didn't offer her a huge giant scholarship to where she felt like she could no longer afford to do program. And then what kind of a coach would she become? Well, I'd love to coach, but it's so expensive that all my clients are not going to be able to afford it. So these are the forward thinking things that you want to have in mind as you work with people, is you want to have the how successful people think mindset to think about what's this going to look like on the other end when most of my clients want to coach with me. Have I set them up for success or have I created a concept in their head? And the last thing is maybe for the next 7 days, you make some very, very intentional posts about the joys of coaching. If you're looking for coaching partners, but you're putting up before and afters and recipes, those are helpful.
Remember? I love that I'm reacting to this right now, today. I love it. I hope you guys are loving it too. Because at the beginning of this, I talked about how you can identify an Optavia coach, and she just solidified that. I love that so much. I also love the fact that we are identifying together, you and me, that what they're going to talk about behind Messenger or hidden in Messenger. So when you see things like scholarships, I can't remember some of the other wording that she said, but specifically it's not a scholarship. You're just giving them credit to shop. The amount of effort that people in MLM use to call things anything but what they really are is fascinating to me. Like we see social retail, we see network marketing, it's multi-level marketing.
Those are valuable, and those generally will bring in quite a few clients. But what about talking about the freedom of coaching, the joy of coaching, what it's given your family or even other people, sharing some stories of people who've been able to do things. I think next week, Kevin's going live with Selena Watson, who's an organization who is celebrating 6 months of coming home. And I hope I get this part right. In January, her paycheck was the highest she'd ever been paid. So she made the most as a health coach in January after all the years of being an employee. And she's now been a stay-at-home mom for 6 months doing things she's dreamt.
So is that person still in Optivia? Is she still a health coach? I'm just curious. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't. But I bet that person, I bet they aren't, because that's just how the turnaround is in multi-level marketing. So it's interesting. And the phrase coming home, ugh, yuck.
About for years. So they're going live to talk about that next week. And I'm just so excited for what this woman is creating. And when I look at Selena's map, what's beautiful, and this is from the beginning of the month, but she's got lots of names here. And then you can see that out of each section, she didn't write down one name on a line. She wrote 3 names down on each section for who she's thinking about from coaching. She didn't have enough space in her top 10 coach, client, and candidates to write all the names. So she wrote around the box. This is someone who's so on purpose, so visionary, so passionate about what's been given to her.
No, that's somebody that is basically making a list of 100 people that she can cold message about Optivia. They always hype up this stuff in such a weird way. She's such a visionary. No, she's writing down names because they're just numbers. And then you're trying to present it like, oh, we had them on our heart. She had these people on her heart. No, she saw dollar signs and was writing it down. And then you're presenting it like she's helping people. No, you are getting people into an overpriced product that damages metabolism and also creates a lack of trust when it comes to people and their relationship with food, while understanding how that food impacts their body. Yikes.
She can't wait to give it away. So I just want to encourage you, press through, 7 days left in this month, and you will not regret your efforts if you put them forth. So looking forward to catching up and seeing how the week goes. See you guys Saturday for an amazing boot camp. And in the meantime, really do the effort so that you can.
Done with that. Yikes. That was terrible. But I'm glad we covered it. I'm glad you and I talked about it, because now you can see what happens, in private messages. Now you can see, what happens, what they mean by scholarships, what they're posting. We've exposed many more of their tactics, and I love that for us. So, guys, don't join an MLM, especially Optivia. You guys already know how I feel about it. We've covered it a lot. I know DC covers it. There's a bunch of creators that cover it. Hannah Alonso and Brianna Jewell also did a tasting of some of these things. I'm still scarred by the chili situation, but yeah, this is not it. This is not it. And I hope that this company is on its way out. That's what it kind of sounds like, with sales being down. Also, do you think that their president is going to be looking for another job? Because typically when a company is going under, the first people to go is leadership. So do you think that their president is looking for another job already? Interesting, isn't it? Yikes. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching all the way through. I appreciate you guys so much. And if you loved today's video, I know I was a little sassy today. But if you loved it, feel free to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It helps me get the message out to more people to hopefully not join companies like this, or to realize they're not a failure. The business model is designed for them to fail so the people above them can win. It's gross. So subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get notified, turn the little bell notification on. And also, I don't remember who it was. Somebody brought up something, a very interesting point, because I've had several of you say, oh, I didn't get notified when you went live or when the video dropped or whatever. Check the notifications on your phone too. Because if you have notifications turned off, maybe that's why. But to make that a little bit easier, I typically go live on Mondays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and I drop a video Wednesdays, like this one, at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And then Fridays, I either drop a video or I go live. If I drop a video, it's at 12 p.m. Pacific time. If I go live, it's at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there's something going on at either 12 or 4 p.m. Pacific time. And then sometimes I do a live on Saturday nights. Don't join Optavia. Yeah, gross. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.